Every individual you've ever looked up to, the legends, the visionaries, the ones who shattered limitations and rose beyond mediocrity, they all began their journey from a place that might look remarkably familiar to where you are right now. A place of uncertainty, of fear, of invisible chains that hold you back in silence. But there was one critical difference. They were willing to confront their doubts, willing to stand face to face with discomfort, willing to rise. You see, every single morning, life offers you a sacred moment, a crossroads. You may not realize it, but this moment defines everything. It whispers a simple but powerful question. Will you surrender to your distractions, doubts, and fear today? Or will you rise with clarity, with purpose, with power? This decision, though it may seem small in the chaos of life, is the very hinge on which your destiny swings. Most people, they choose comfort, not because they're weak, not because they don't want success, but because comfort is easy. Comfort feels familiar, and we as humans are drawn to the familiar like moths to light, even if that light burns us slowly. Think about it. The routines you keep, the habits you repeat, the thoughts you entertain every morning, they shape your future. If your first thoughts each day are rooted in anxiety, fear, or hesitation, guess what? That becomes your default. That becomes your identity. And let's be brutally honest for a moment. Comfort is killing us, not in loud, dramatic explosions. No. Comfort is a silent killer. It creeps in slowly, disguising itself as peace. It convinces you that you're doing fine, that it's not that bad, that there's always tomorrow. And before you know it, tomorrow becomes next week becomes next year, and suddenly you wake up wondering where your fire went. Comfort doesn't just keep you safe, it cages you. It whispers things like, stay here, it's easier. Don't try too hard, you might fail. What if you lose everything? You're not ready. You're too old. You're not enough. These are not truths. They're lies dressed as logic. And the more you believe them, the tighter their grip becomes. But here's the truth you must face. You are either growing or you are dying. There is no middle ground. Life is a constant evolution. The moment you stop stretching, you begin shrinking. The moment you stop seeking, you begin settling. And when you settle, you slowly become a shadow of what you could have been. Most people don't even realize they've stopped evolving. They go through the motions, wake up, scroll their phone, go to work, come home, watch a show, sleep, repeat. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. And one day they look in the mirror and ask, how did I get here? The answer, one decision, repeated daily. But that same decision, when flipped, holds the key to everything. What if instead of being ruled by your fear, you decided to rule your mind? What if instead of letting your circumstances dictate your attitude, you chose to take back control every single morning? You have that power. You've always had that power. The decision to grow, to evolve, to rise, it doesn't require permission, it requires commitment. And not the fake kind of commitment where you write goals in a notebook and forget about them a week later. The real kind, the kind that makes your voice shake when you say it out loud. The kind that forces you to change your habits, your surroundings, even your self-image. But let me be clear, growth is not glamorous. It's messy, it's raw. It strips away your excuses and exposes every fear you've been hiding from. But it's also sacred, because in that mess, you find your truth. Growth demands that you look in the mirror, not the one in your bathroom, but the internal mirror, and ask the hard questions. Who am I right now? Who am I becoming if I keep living like this? What do I need to let go of to evolve? And here's where most people back away. They don't want to face those answers. They don't want to feel the discomfort of owning their reality. It's easier to blame others, your parents, the economy, your past, but blame is a thief. It steals your power by convincing you that you are a victim, that your life is out of your hands. But the moment you stop blaming and start owning, everything changes. No mentor, no motivational video, no book, no external force can change your life until you choose to break your own chains. You have to be the one who draws the line, the one who says, this ends with me. Your habits, your mindset, your relationships, your choices, they are the architects of your life. If your current reality doesn't reflect the vision in your soul, it's time to rewrite the blueprint. And that rewriting starts each morning. You don't need to wait for a new month. You don't need to wait for Monday. You don't need to wait until things feel right. You need to decide that your potential matters more than your excuses. Let's dive deeper. How many times have you told yourself you'd start tomorrow? How many dreams have you shelved because the timing wasn't right? How many times have you chosen comfort over progress? The lie we tell ourselves is that we'll do it later. But later is a fantasy. Later is a trap. Later is the land where dreams go to die. If you don't take control of your mornings will take control of you. And if your mornings are spent in distraction, anxiety, and reaction, don't be surprised when your life reflects that same chaos. Start here. Start small. Wake up and choose you. You. Before you check your phone, before the world demands your attention, before the noise creeps in, claim your mind. Sit in silence, breathe, journal, move your body, visualize your future, speak your truth aloud, remind yourself why you're here. This isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming intentional, because every decision compounds, every thought creates momentum, and over time, your tiny daily choices become massive life changes. Will you mess up? Yes. Will there be days you fall back? Absolutely. But falling isn't failing. Staying down is. Get back up. Every time. Choose again. Rise again. Because one day you'll look back and realize that those small moments of courage were the turning points. That your discipline, even when it didn't feel like it was working, was silently sculpting the life you dreamed of. And in that moment, you'll feel something deeper than pride. You'll feel freedom. Because you'll know you didn't wait for anyone to rescue you. You became your own hero. So if you're stuck, if you're doubting, if you feel like time is slipping through your fingers, let this be your wake-up call. No more settling, no more shrinking, no more hiding. The life you want isn't out there. It's on the other side of the decision you make tomorrow morning. Choose wisely. You see, the real battle isn't out there in the world. It's in here, inside you, within the confines of your own mind, behind your daily thoughts, beneath your surface-level habits. There's a war taking place, a silent war between who you are right now and who you were meant to become. And the only way to win that war is by facing the brutal, unfiltered, uncomfortable truth. Truth is often bitter, but it's also the only medicine strong enough to wake you up from the anesthesia of mediocrity. We often point fingers to our circumstances, our past, our upbringing, the system, the people who betrayed us, the jobs we didn't get, the unfairness of the world. And yes, maybe all of that is valid. Maybe those things hurt you, maybe they slowed you down, but they don't get to define where your story ends unless you let them. Let's be clear about something. No one is coming to hand you the life you dream about. No one is going to do the work for you. You can watch 1,000 motivational videos, listen to countless podcasts, follow all the gurus online, read every self-help book ever written. But if you don't stand in front of the mirror and confront yourself, none of it will matter. Because what you avoid will own you. Most people don't look in the mirror and tell themselves the truth. Instead, they dress up their reality in excuses. They justify their inaction with convenient lies. I'm not ready. It's too late for me. It's not the right time. Maybe I'm just not meant for more. These aren't truths. These are fears wearing the mask of logic. You see, fear is sneaky. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It speaks softly so you don't notice it. It tells you to play it safe, to wait a little longer, to stay comfortable just a bit more. And slowly you begin to shrink your dreams to fit your comfort zone rather than expanding your comfort zone to fit your dreams. That's where most people are stuck, not because they don't have talent, not because they lack discipline, but because they believe the lie that staying the same is safer than becoming more. But what if I told you that the real danger isn't change, it's stagnation? The real threat to your life isn't failure, it's comfort. Comfort is seductive. It feels warm, secure, familiar. But it also robs you of greatness in silence. It convinces you to settle for good enough, to stop reaching, to stay within the boundaries of what you already know. And the cost of comfort is always higher than it seems. Let's talk about the mirror again. Not the one you use to fix your hair, but the one buried deep inside your soul. The mirror that reflects your intentions, your actions, your missed opportunities, your repeated patterns, and your unspoken dreams. Most people walk past that mirror every day pretending it doesn't exist. But the moment you stop, the moment you turn and truly look, everything changes. That's the moment you see what's been holding you back. And more often than not, it's not the world, it's you, your procrastination, your fear, your self-doubt, your refusal to break the routine, your unwillingness to endure temporary discomfort for long-term freedom. Radical honesty is uncomfortable. It strips away every lie you've used to protect your ego, but it's also where transformation begins. You can't rebuild what you don't first tear down. You can't level up without burning down the old version of you that's been playing small for far too long. So let's confront the lies. Lie number 1, I'll start when I feel ready. Here's the truth, you will never feel ready. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. You don't wait to be confident to speak, you speak until you build confidence. You don't wait to feel brave to try, you try until courage grows. Waiting for readiness is just fear in disguise. Lie number 2, I don't have time. The truth, you make time for what matters, always. If something is truly important, you carve out time for it no matter what. We all get 24 hours in a day. The difference is in how we choose to use them. You say you don't have time, but how much time are you spending on distractions, on scrolling, on watching other people live their lives? Lie number 3, it's too late for me. This one is perhaps the deadliest. The belief that your best years are behind you, that you missed your shot, that the window has closed. But guess what? As long as you're breathing, your story is still being written. Every day you wake up is a blank page, and it's never too late to become the author of a new chapter. The question is, are you willing to pick up the pen? Let me tell you something powerful. The life you want, the version of you that you dream about, it's not far away. It's one decision away, one uncomfortable, inconvenient, bold decision that changes your entire trajectory. And that decision begins in the mirror. You have to look into your own eyes and say, I'm done playing small. You have to declare war on the parts of you that keep you stuck. You have to choose discomfort over delay, discipline over distraction, and vision over validation. This moment right now could be the line that divides your past from your future. And if you cross it, you don't get to go back. That old version of you, the one that procrastinated, doubted, and avoided responsibility, that version dies today. You're not here to live on repeat. You're not here to drift through days, waiting for something to change. You are here to become, to evolve, to fight, to grow, and that path will be messy, painful, uncertain, but it will be worth it. Think about this. Every legend you admire was once an ordinary person who chose to do the uncomfortable thing consistently. They weren't born different. It made different decisions. They stood in the fire of transformation while others ran from it. They looked in the mirror and said, I will not let fear decide who I become. Now it's your turn. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop looking for the perfect moment. This is the moment right now. This is the only moment that's real. What are you going to do with it? So here we are at the edge of everything you've been and the beginning of everything you're about to become. You've looked into the mirror, you've faced the truth, you've dismantled the excuses and pulled apart the lies. But now comes the moment most never reach, the moment when you have to act on everything you've realized, because awareness without action is just another form of avoidance. You can't unknow what you know now. You can't go back to pretending you don't want more, that you don't crave growth, or that you don't feel that fire rising inside your chest. But be warned, this part, the transformation part, it's not for the weak-hearted. Because change isn't glamorous, it's not aesthetic, it's not what you see in filtered motivational videos or highlight reels on social media. Real transformation is brutal, it's lonely, it's the kind of thing that drags you out of your comfort zone, tears your ego apart, and leaves you raw, unsure, and aching, but evolving. It's waking up before the world because your dreams won't let you sleep anymore. It's sitting with your fear, not running from it. It's choosing discipline even when motivation dies. It's building routines in silence while no one claps for you. It's showing up every damn day, even when you feel like quitting. That's the cost of greatness. And you know what? Most people won't pay it. Most people will choose the familiar pain of staying the same over the unfamiliar struggle of becoming more. And that's why most people never live fully. They just exist, repeat, complain, blame, numb, distract, and fade. But you are not most people. You made a choice when you listened this far. You chose the hard path, the meaningful path, the road where your future self stands on the other side, waiting, watching, hoping you'll keep going. So don't stop now. Don't let the weight of the climb convince you to turn around. And the view from the top is only available to those who finish the ascent. And let me tell you, when you reach it, when you finally stand where few ever do, when you feel the wind of victory against your face, and you realize that you did this, not luck, not a handout, not chance, but you, nothing compares to that feeling. The person who overcomes their laziness, their doubt, their trauma, their distractions, their fear, that person becomes unstoppable. Because when you do the hard things, you become the kind of person who can handle anything. And the world responds to that version of you. Opportunities open, people take notice, your energy shifts, you stop chasing and start attracting. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real. Because you've earned your confidence through sweat, failure, and persistence. Let's talk legacy. What do you want your life to mean? Because the truth is, one day your name will only exist in memories. Your voice will be silent, your body will return to the earth. But your impact, that's what remains. And that impact is built brick by brick, choice by choice, in every ordinary moment you decide not to give up. Think about this. Every single day, you are voting for the kind of life you will live with your choices. Hit snooze or rise with intention, complain or create, postpone or pursue, escape or endure, react or lead. The person you want to become is being formed in the shadows of these everyday decisions. This isn't about motivation anymore. This is about standards. It's about who you're willing to become when no one's watching. Your results will never exceed your standards. If you tolerate mediocrity in your thinking, it will show up in your actions. If you allow excuses in your mindset, they'll echo through your habits. That's why transformation is a mental game before it's ever a physical one. So raise the bar. Ice the way you speak to yourself. Raise the quality of your focus. Raise the circle around you. Raise what you expect from life, then rise to meet it. Now let me tell you something real. This journey will test you. There will be days you doubt the process, days you see no progress, days where the results don't match the effort, days where quitting will feel easier than continuing. Those are the days that define you. Anyone can keep going when it's easy, but only legends keep going when it's hard. You want freedom? Then you have to fight for it. Not with violence, but with unshakable discipline. Not with shortcuts, but with consistency. Not with noise, but with quiet, patient execution. Because success whispers, it doesn't shout. It rewards those who endure, not those who wish. So silence the noise. Turn off the distractions. Step away from the critics. Get alone with your mission and commit like your life depends on it, because it does. Here's a hard truth. You are always building something. If not your dreams, then your regrets. If not your vision, then your excuses. If not your legacy, then your limitations. So what are you building? You don't need permission, you don't need perfect timing, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin and never stop. Brick by brick, step by step, day by day. And when you fall, and you will, you get back up every time, because failure is not the end. It's the furnace that forges champions. Pain is not punishment, it's preparation. Every setback is sharpening you. Every rejection is redirection. Every loss is a lesson in disguise. So stop fearing failure, start fearing regret, because regret is the heaviest burden a soul can carry. The kind of burden that haunts dreams never pursued, books never written, businesses never started, relationships never mended, potential never realized. But you have time right now to write a different story, a story where you became the one who broke the cycle, the one who decided enough is enough, I'm not living on autopilot anymore. The one who took the pain and turned it into purpose. The one who didn't wait to be saved, but chose to rise. You want power? real, lasting, internal power? Then wake up every morning and make this one decision. I will no longer betray my potential. That's it. That's the key. Everything else flows from that. When you stop betraying your greatness for comfort, distractions, fear, and self-doubt, you become a force. And you realize the greatest prison was never the world. It was always the limits you placed on yourself. So today, I challenge you. Burn the old identity. Bury the excuses. Break the loop. Stand up right now and take your place in the arena of life. You were not born to play small. You were not meant to survive. You were built to thrive. You were not designed for average. You were created for impact, but only if you choose it. The mirror has shown you the truth. Now, what will you do with it?